So I wanted to share 9 things that I've learned over the past year and a half on my focused health and fitness journey. And I should caveat up front by saying, I'm not an expert. This is just what I've learned and what's worked for me. And I'm not the best at this. There are plenty of people out there who've done it far better than me. All I want to do is share things that have worked for me. And if I could go back in a time machine, talk to myself from a year and a half ago, this is what I'd be telling myself. Rule number 1. Only the fundamentals, always the fundamentals. That means that success is not a bunch of secret tricks or silver bullets. It's just a few simple fundamentals that are easy to understand, but really hard to get yourself to consistently do. And that's the secret. The secret is there is no secret. It's all the hard work over a long period of time. Don't get distracted. Rule number 2, do not mistake the tool or the tactic for the result. There are plenty of things on top of the fundamentals like optimization, customization, or tools that you can use to make achieving your goals easier and sticking your systems easier. But those are not the reason for the result. The keto diet is not the trick to losing weight. The keto diet is a tool that helps you consume fewer calories than you're burning. And so you're actually using it as a way to adhere to the principle of calories in or calories out. Rule number 3, progressive overload. Your body changes in response to stimulus and it will adapt to match the stimulus you're giving it. So if you lift heavy weights, then your body will say, I'm not strong enough. I got to put on muscle. If you go running long distances, your body's going to say, I'm not efficient enough. I need to be better at moderate energy output over long distances. And so the key takeaway here is that if you want different outputs, you need different inputs. If you want different capabilities, you need a different stimulus. You can't keep lifting the same weights and doing the same thing and expect your body to keep getting better once it hits a certain point. That's what a plateau is. A plateau is your body arriving at the state you have told it to be based on your inputs. Rule number 4, do not compare yourself to anyone other than the former version of yourself, the version of you that showed up yesterday. There are other people on TikTok and Instagram. They may be miles ahead of you on a journey. They may be behind you. Doesn't matter. There's nothing good that can come out of comparing yourself to others. You're either going to feel discouraged because someone's way ahead of you and you'll think, I'll never be able to get that result. They're doing way better than I am. What I'm doing isn't working. Or you'll see someone behind you and say, I can take my foot off the gas. No result is good. Focus on beating the you that showed up yesterday and doing it a little bit better. If you do that every day, I promise you 6 to 12 months, you're going to see a totally different you. You're going to see amazing results. Rule number 5, set goals. Goals keep you aligned. Goals give you something to aim at. And if you don't have goals, you can show up in the gym and you can say things like, I don't really feel like doing squats today, so I'm not going to do it. And it won't matter because there's nothing in your head to tell you, oh, well, if you don't do squats today, then you're not going to hit this goal. You're going to lose progress. So the goal is useful for giving you that motivation, that rationale to be in there doing a hard thing. Rule number 6. Goals are achieved by systems. So I just talked about the importance of setting a goal. The next thing you need to do is take that goal, use it to align yourself to determine what am I going to do week to week that's repeatable, that I can show up every week and see progress on. And then you sort of put the goal out of your mind. You put it behind you and you focus daily on showing up and doing the thing that you know you should do. Now, you can refresh yourself on the goal from time to time to get motivation, or if something with the system isn't working, you can say, okay, what is my goal that I'm trying to achieve? What's the purpose of doing all this? And maybe you adjust your system to say, okay, I need to find a new path to goal, but you're not focusing every day on why don't I have a 6-pack? Why don't I have a 6-pack? That's a negative mindset that's going to hold you back and it's going to make you feel discouraged the whole time. Fall in love with the system, the daily set of actions that you're doing to achieve the goal in the end. And as James Clear says in Atomic Habits, achieving your goals will be a byproduct of your system. Rule number 7, adaptability equals resilience. I talked about this in a recent video. When you have a system, you got to design it so you can have slack in the system. It can adapt and absorb the bumps on the road of life. Basically, if you're sick or if you got a family member in the hospital or if you've got an injury or something, you need a system that allows you to still find a path to goal without everything getting derailed the moment something's not perfect. You need a system that doesn't require you to run flat out, give 110% all the time, because we're human. We cannot give 110% all the time. We're going to have things that cause us to slow down, stop. We need breaks. We need refreshment. And it's not about doing the thing 100% of the time at 110% of effort. It's about having a set of things that you're doing in your life so that you can then show up better for other people. You can have a better long-term journey in life. This isn't about proving to yourself that you're worth something. This is about doing things that help you show up better for other people. And rule number 8, this is very, very important. You have to have a strong why. When things get hard, you are going to need a reason that you show up and choose willingly to do that hard thing. To self-select doing hard stuff that sucks and to do that consistently, you got to have a reason. You got to have something where you go into the gym and say, yeah, this sucks, but I'm aiming for that. And why do I want to go in the gym? Well, why do I want to get better at squats? Okay, well, why do I want to have better health? Why does it matter that I'm more mobile? Why does it matter that I'm more capable later in life, that I'm around? Okay, so I want to show up for the people who love me and not be a burden to them when I'm older, God willing. And you can only ask why so many times up the chain before you realize you're going to arrive at a big question of why. Like, why am I here? What am I doing on earth? Why am I alive? What's the purpose of life? And these are big, hard questions to wrestle with, but I just encourage you to think about that and to not, the taxi cab fallacy. When you arrive at a destination good enough, when you arrive at a rationale good enough, don't just check yourself out, check your brain. Keep asking why. What does it matter? If I just show up and then blink out when I die and I never even knew I was here, then why would I defer joy and happiness to later by doing hardship now when I could die? I could get hit by a dump truck tomorrow, and then all the hardship I put in now in the hopes of future wellness and health, all that's gone if I just blink out and I'm done. So you need a why. For me, it's my faith. I believe that Jesus came and died on the cross so that I, a sinner, a broken person, could have abundance in life, could have forgiveness, and could have eternal life spent with God. And for me, that's a huge part of my why. I believe that I'm on a mission here. I'm here to not only glorify God, not only to become more like Jesus, but to also help and enrich other people in their journey of doing the same thing. And so whatever you believe, I'm not here to preach at you. I'm just saying you got to have a really, really strong why that it doesn't fall apart when things get hard. It's, when life has you down, when you're absolutely crushed, it doesn't fall apart and you realize, oh shoot, I stopped asking why before I really got to the point that matters. But you got to have a strong why that can hold up to the difficulty of running into these very challenging situations. So let me know in the comments if you're struggling with anything. Let me know what you've been through. Share a story, something to help encourage other people out there when they come across the comments and see your story. Hope you found this helpful. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace.